There it goes. Hey everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Semantic Mastery, and this is the first RYS Academy Advanced Strategy webinar, the first of several. So I just wanted to say what's up to everybody. We've got most of the team on with us today. I've got Adam, Chris, and Marco, and Gary will be joining us shortly. So what's up, guys?
Hey everybody.
Hello, guys.
Heyo. You
Yeah,
guys
we
will
missed
be
that
getting.
good man.
Yeah, and you'll be getting some of the beard soon, because you're going to be showing your screen here soon, aren't you, Adam?
That's the rumor.
All right, well, listen, Gary should be joining us shortly. I think, Marco, you're going to be doing most of the presentation. You and Gary together are going to be tag teaming it. I'm just going to kind of be in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and give the screen, I'm clicking on you, so now the screen is frozen on you, buddy, so you take it away.
All right, hi everybody, and welcome to our Advanced Strategy webinar number 1. I'm just gonna jump right in and share my screen, and we're just gonna get rocking on this. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Yes, hi everyone.
All right, it's all you, Marco.
Okay, so what we have ready and what we're going to cover is we're going to show you how to change the privacy settings so that you can actually hide your Gmail account and be a little bit more stealthy about what you're doing and surprise the shit out of your competition. We're going to go over the foundation for trust flow and topical trust flow manipulation, trust flow and topical trust flow stacking, drive to sites and why we're using that. We're going to cover Twitter SEO. You know, we're going to go really in depth because this is one of the foundations of this is actually using Twitter. We could have chosen any other Web 2.0 account or social media site for this, but because of that special relationship that Twitter and Google formed, we decided we'd go with Twitter as trigger and Twitter as kind of as ground zero, just for variation. Also, it really works. To add variety for those who do IFTTT SEO. And then we're also going to show you how to use Google for safety and security. I mean, and you actually can. You can actually, if you stay really clean with this, it's up to you and how you use it. You can be as spammy as you want, and I think Gary showed that you get away with doing port links and ranking porn affiliates and all kinds of garbage in here. Or you can stay really clean and add a lot of trust and authority to your website. So, Gary, you want to take over this and show them how to do the privacy settings?
Okay, cool. Right, so this is me just showing you how you want to hide your personal Gmail account from your properties. So this is a test guy, Michael Briggs. So let's log into Michael here. This is Gmail account. So I'm going to go into Plus now. Right. You see my Plus account?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Right, so I just want to show you an example. So let's use RYS Academy Review because the guys have been having some good fun with that, and it's been quite cool watching everyone trying to outrank each other. So let's go here. So to be able to see the stuff that I'm seeing, you have to be logged into your Gmail account. And let me go say, let's try this one over here. I'm going to pop that out. That's the GDoc. I don't know if I can see who owns the GDoc easily there. But sorry, I just want to show you how I could see who actually owns this. Oh, there it is. So if you can see on my screen, I just click the eye up in the top right-hand corner, so for the details. And you'll only be able to see this if you're logged into Gmail. You probably won't be able to see this if you clicked on this folder and went to this file without being logged into any Gmail account. But if I hover down here into sharing, I can see Davis A. Mueller at gmail.com is the owner of this particular document and probably of the folder. So it just means that, say you were using your personal Gmail account and you were doing all this RYS stuff, that people could end up seeing your actual Gmail account, and then I don't know if they, that could cause problems for you where they might start emailing you, or the other concern could be if they come up to the 3 vertical dots up here and they start reporting you for abuse. I don't know what Google's going to end up doing if your personal Gmail account keeps getting reported for abuse in the long term,
Right.
even though you might not be breaking the terms of service. But so what I'm going to show you today is how you can end up hiding yourself from all this stuff. So what you want to do is log into your Gmail account, and this is stuff guys from IFTTT SEO will know about. So this is when you create pages. So I'm going to go across, and once I'm in Plus, go over to the top left-hand corner, go down to Pages, click Pages. So here's an example. I'm going to go up to Get Your Page here, the blue button. Click that. I'm going to make a brand new page here. So let's create a brand. It's easier. I'm going to call this Michael's Online Reputation Management. Here, website, I guess, if you want to do some interlinking, use your G folders, or if you got a personal website, anything you want to rank there. I'm just going to leave it blank at the moment. Let's do that. Okay. Right. Skip the tour.
So you could actually put a folder URL in there. Will Google accept that?
Yeah, I think I did try that before as a test. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll try to go back to it in a bit.
Okay, no worries.
And
I was just curious.
Yeah, so you can use your docs in there. So I'll go back to that in a bit. But so then what you want to do is go over the top left-hand corner here, go down to your settings, and guys will know to use this. This is for like if you have VAs who log into accounts. So you want to scroll down all the way, and there you can see third-party tools. So here's an example. That's the email I want over there. And then I'm going to just set up a password. So let me just keep that to the side here. So let's create a drive. I'm going to keep this all within Drive here so I can keep it neat. Yeah, so what I'm just trying to do here is just get another way to log in. So now what's going to happen is that email address is what's going to be public, not my personal email address. And that's what I want to set up.
So essentially you're just creating a page login, which a lot of people are going to be IFTTT SEO Academy members anyways. Some of you may not, but essentially you're creating a page login, and then you're going to be using your Drive folders as the page or the page owner will be. I'm sorry, the Drive folder and documents owner will be the page. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the cool thing with this is it means you can have. So when you have one Gmail account with a G Drive folder, you get 15 gigabytes, and that's your standard freebie that you get with a Gmail account. But when you use this method, it also means that you can have unlimited 15 gigabytes folders. So each page can have its own G Drive account, and
Nice.
So each page starts from fresh with 0, and you get 15 gigs again.
Very cool.
So that's another way of, guys, for whatever reason, if you did hit a limit of your 15 gigs and you didn't want to do the paid option, which we'll talk about later, then this is a way that you can have unlimited free 15 gig storage units. It's also pretty cool if you do store personal items and you want to keep it very free. This is another way you can use Google to have free storage. So yep, that would be so. So like here, what I'm going to do now is actually just log out of this, and that's actually just what I wanted to show there. That was as simple as that, just to create the new email, and I just created a password. So what I would do now is just log into G Drive with that. So if I think I have to sign out to do this, but let me do that here. So
simple is good. We like simple at Semantic Mastery.
Yeah. Let me just make sure. Yeah, still got that. So just going to add. There you go. And now let me just go into Google Drive. This is a brand new, fresh
Drive account.
page. Yeah. There you go. See? Brand new, fresh. 15 gigs, free to go. So now what I could do, so if you wanted to, from a theming perspective too, this is how you would semantically tie everything in. So the page itself, so the page account has its own drive account, and then you have your specific folders in there and all your files, and it's all related to what you're trying to do. But now it means that when I create documents and folders and everything, when I go to or if anyone clicked the details description, it would show that long funny page email instead of my personal email. So you wouldn't know who the actual person is. And imagine you did that every single time if you wanted to for different projects. That's how you would then end up hiding yourself.
Okay, so the next thing that I would ask then, and I'm sure we're going to get this question, that's why I'm asking it, is that if you've already started creating documents and folders and stuff, you can actually transfer ownership from your own account to your page account, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's super simple. So I can show a quick example of that too. It won't take me very long to do that if people want to see that. So I'll just log back into, say, Briggs. Yeah, this is potentially another tactic I just thought off the top of my head, where say you start ranking stuff, and you could actually sort of sell your rank to other people. So you could end up ranking a document if you or anything in a particular property, and then say that you could sell that SERP position to someone else, because you could just do an instant transfer.
Yeah.
So yeah, say here I would go. Okay, so this is me back in my Michael Briggs. So I'm going to go. Sorry, I'm going to make sure I got that email address properly again, because that's who I'm going to transfer ownership to. Right, so then, yeah, so say here this is just a GDoc I created. I'm going to go to, no.
You just got to go.
Yeah, okay, so I'm in the shared settings. I'm going to click advanced. So currently you can see that this persona is the one who's the owner of this URL. What I would do here is go down to where it says invite people, and then I would just, see, that's why I would just then take the email address that I wanted to, and then paste that down here where it says the people that I want to then take, and I can then go to here to edit. Can send them an email if I wanted to. Let's just not do that right now. Just going to refresh. Okay, so currently it's set to that they can edit. I can then drop it down. It says is the owner. Choose is the owner, and now that email is the owner of this document, and it will be pushed into their G drive automatically.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then I could remove myself too, so I can delete myself from that. And I'm no longer involved with managing that particular URL. When I do that, I'm gone.
Cool.
So yeah, if you wanted to, you could initially do stuff with a personal account and then push it across to other personas or other email addresses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just want to make sure. And were there any other points I wanted to do there? No, so that's really it. It was that simple. So it's just something I wanted to highlight to guys when you start ranking stuff. Just be careful that you don't maybe want that particular Gmail visible to everyone, and that's how you would end up hiding yourself.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right, so I'm gonna take over the screen again.
Okay.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
It's still catching up. I can still see just you. There we go.
And I'm going to give you guys just some foundation. We're going to cover it more when we do the Twitter SEO later on, but it's just some points that I want to cover with you that we're doing. Of course, Drive to Site to Twitter, because that's our foundation. It's the RYS foundation for trust flow and topical trust flow manipulation. Again, why Twitter? Because it's really simple. The more popular that you are on Twitter, meaning the number of people who read your posts, who retweet your posts, who aggregate your posts, who share your posts, who favorite, and who interact with whatever it is that you're tweeting, the likelier it is that your links are going to pass some kind of search engine value. We're going to stop calling it juice, because it's actually value. There's value in this interaction that's taking place with this link, right? So what is it that you need to do? You need to take the time out. You need to make the effort to increase your popularity on Twitter, so that you pass the link value using embeds, iframes, Google shortened URLs, and then once you have that tweet, you're going to take the tweet URL, and you're going to take the status URL. You're going to shorten those again so that you can share. You're going to embed your Twitter in your this social feed stream and all your assets, profiles, wherever you can, because this increases the opportunities of getting link credit for whatever pages it is that you have. And this is the way where you start just stacking trust flow, and you start adding topical trust flow. Now you're not relying on somebody else for trust flow and topical trust flow. You're actually creating your own. And then, additionally, what you can do is add a CTA to all of these pages, or on whatever pages you can control, and just say tweet this, or favorite, or whatever, retweet on your pages, and this actually increases the links that your pages receive. Again, stacking trust flow, getting topical trust flow. Most important of all, and I can't emphasize this enough, is that you need to look for natural retweets, people who are going to share your stuff naturally. Because it's when people interact with that tweet and retweet, and you're building links, you're getting trust flow, you're passing topical trust flow, you're stacking. You have social interaction with your link. You have topical relevancy, and now what you've done is you created a topical trust flow machine. You don't need anybody else to add anything to you. Gary gave you the example in Facebook where he took a 1-1 trust flow, topical trust flow, and it went to, I think it was 47 or 48 in a matter of, I think we started that 2.5 months ago, Gary. Am I correct?
Yep.
2.5 months ago is that Dr. Michael Brake's Twitter account, because he was scared that he was going to break his Dr. Kerwin drive, and so he went and created a brand new account just so we could test. And it just shows the power of what we're doing. Now let's continue with this, because I want to tell you why we use Drive and Google Sites, or sites.google.com. And it's really simple.
Screen, Marco?
What's that?
Can you make it full screen, or like the font bigger?
It is full screen, but
Marco, if I may, on the top, there's a drop down where it says Present. Click on that, and then, well, I guess you can do that too. That's fine. That'll work.
Yeah. So why Drive to Sites? Drive is a Google property, of course, and it has follow attributes, and folders and files are Google properties with follow attributes. Sites, again, is a Google property with follow attributes, and then we gather all that up in an XML file inside Drive, and we throw it at FeedBurner, which is another Google property with follow attributes. And so what we're doing is we're just stacking. I don't even want to go into domain authority, but you're adding domain authority. But again, we go back. Trust flow and topical trust flow. If you guys know about anything about trust flow, is that it can only flow through do follow links. Otherwise, you can get it to bleed, which means it trickles out. But if you want the full power of trust flow, it has to be done through do follow links.
That's correct.
So what can you do? What can you do with this RSS feed that you're producing, that we're getting through FeedBurner, when you use that script that we provided for you? Well, you take that RSS feed, you drop it into Twitter, and now you have a trigger, so that every time that you add something new in your Drive folder, that RSS feed triggers, it adds an announcements page on your sites.google.com. Now we're stacking, right? Sites.google.com goes back, creates that XML file. The XML file goes to FeedBurner, FeedBurner to Twitter, and Twitter pushes all that out into your Twitter army, which you need to be creating, and out into, hopefully, you'll have your IFTTT SEO all set up, so that you can get embeds and further stack your trust flow and topical trust flow. Now, here's the secret, and here's something that nobody wants to tell you. Topical trust flow is a metric of whether or not the people who are interacting with your link and with what's happening, whether it's all related. That's all it is. Is everything related? And so since we semantically relate all of our properties at tier 1 through our IFTTT SEO, again, we're hitting it with trust flow. So the power that you can build with this it's just a ranking machine. This is why we call it the SEO time machine, because this is how we used to do stuff back in 2005. I mean, we mentioned this already. But you just build this up, and this happens in what, 6 weeks? We built up all this trust flow, and now Gary can rank that Twitter for whatever he wants. And that you've seen also in the Facebook group where people are ranking that XYZ domain for just about anything they want. I mean, you just see an example of this over and over and over. And this is the way that you can just keep doing it, and you can do it over and over and over and over again.
Awesome.
Now, a lot of people have been asking about, and I'm going to have to get out of the presentation so that you guys can see this, about spider silos or siloing and how to properly. Sorry, I'm on Twitter SEO. Sorry. But you've been asking about silos and how to tie this all together. It's a big question in Facebook. And what you're actually doing is you're building links inside your drive folder, guys. Your drive folder, your subfolders, each file, that's it. And it's do follow links, and it's from Google. You can't get any better than this. Let me just show you an example of what we're talking, because this is actually a private folder. And if we were to go into the spreadsheet in this private folder, you see where this is the long URL, the long drive URL. I shorten it because this is clean. This is completely, it's T1. And so I am not going to spam this in any way. And so I can take that Google shortened URL. It's a shortened link. Why is it a shortened link? Because this is for social sharing. And then when you go, this is linked to all of the other files inside this folder, the docs, the images, the maps, the Google Doc. It's just some information about the company. And why wouldn't you make this public? And why wouldn't you make your social media properties public? And at the end, what did I do? I linked back up to the drive folder, and I linked over to the next document, which is my maps. Again, in my maps, what did I do? If you go into the information and details, you will see that all of our information is there. So it's linking back up to the folder, the drive folder, and over to the next file. And I can't believe I left this in here. This is an example that I did just to see how much I could get away with, how much information, and whether it would be tagged for duplicate content. And this has been around for like 6 weeks, guys.
What is that? Just a Wikipedia content?
It's a Wikipedia article on New York.
Wow.
It's the entire article with sources. So maybe that's why I didn't get hit. It has citations.
Huh.
So we'll eliminate that right now. Okay. That was the map. Spreadsheets. Again, you saw that. This is another one. And if we go here, there's the map, there's company information, and that's all you do. Why is it called a spider silo? Well, look, everything is linked in here, right? Your maps, your spreadsheets, your videos. I haven't done like photos or anything like that, but everything is linked. Then each one of these is linked back up to the drive folder, over to the next document. I could link back to the spreadsheet if I want. I'm pushing out to the website, and I'm just going to go out on a limb And I'm going to do google.com, just clean browser. Let me know for that. I'll do it Argentina. And if I do Semantic Mastery LLC, I can almost guarantee I'm ranking for that. Look at that. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, number 1.
Yep.
That's the map.
Very cool.
I click on it. There's the map I did with my own marker, with an embedded video, of course. I wouldn't do one without it. But it's regular information. Why wouldn't I place a video, our company video, or something about our company, something we do, inside our map? This is what we're known for. Hump Day Hangouts, SEO help.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just perfect branding right there, just pushing your brand.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. You see, guys, I'm not doing anything spammy. I'm not trying to get away with anything. I'm just trying to build up the company. And I rank first for the keyword Semantic Mastery LLC.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting is, excuse me, the way that you have what you call a spider silo is very similar to how we interlink everything with
Correct.
the profiles when we do our IFTTT networks. We don't. It's not necessarily one property just links to the next and then just links to the next. It's we interlink everything and link to everything else when possible. Right?
Yes. But the reason why I'm calling it like a spider, or let's even say a spiderweb silo, is because when you end up looking at it, I tried to do an image for it, and it ended up looking like a spiderweb to me.
Yeah.
And so rather than call it a pseudo silo, because this is a new way to silo, who else is doing this? I mean, they teach you one way, which is vertical, right? That's how your silo goes. You keep everything tight. You have to remember that this is inside a folder. All of this is happening inside there. All of this is self-contained. And so it's not necessary to be that tight as long as you stay themed. And maybe after once you develop as much power as you want, you can add a folder about something else, and it'll rank. Because Dr. Michael Braze is ranking for all kinds of neat stuff. And so with that's link building. Now the slipstream power, that's just linking from one folder to a file, to the next file, like you saw here, file to the next, to the next, to the next, and then this file will have an exit over to YouTube. It has the Semantic Mastery link, it has the YouTube link, and so it's getting the juice. It comes down from the folder, right, into here, and then one to the other, and then out back to your property. Because you were asking, well, how do I end up ranking my property? That's how you do it. You set up your slipstream, and I have to give Becker credit for that term. I didn't coin that term, but it just sounds so good. And it applies because of the power that you build.
Rick Stubblebean says, please close the doors to RYS forever.
And so, what do you need to take away from what I just told you? You need to take away relevance, right? We keep everything relevant inside this folder because we're powering it up. Topical trust flow, correct? Theming, same thing. Now what we're doing is trust flow and trust flow stacking inside this drive folder. We transfer that over to sites.google.com, right? And we embed in there. So we're gaining embeds in a Google property. And then we're building that XML file which goes to another Google property. And then we shoot that out to Twitter, who now Google is in love with. And you can't get any better than this, guys. And I think it's time for Gary to get into Twitter SEO.